you tired of living on autopilot? Are you ready to start embracing your one precious life? Welcome to the Wake Up to Your Life podcast. I'm your host, Colleen Odegaard. Hello, and thank you so much for listening to the Wake Up to Your Life podcast. I'm glad you hit play. Today, we're talking about what to do when you feel stuck, when you're stuck in some area of your life. First, though, I want to let you know that this episode is brought to you by Black Lion, a home furnishings and home decor store located in Charlotte, North Carolina. They have gorgeous furniture, no matter your style. If you like contemporary or you like more traditional, you're going to find it at Black Lion. Beautiful furniture pieces. And if you're thinking, you know what, my budget doesn't really allow for me to buy new furniture right now, not a problem. You can still change the entire look of a room in your home by seeing the gorgeous accessories that Black Lion has. Go follow them on Instagram and on Facebook. You can send them a DM if you see anything online that you like in the store, and depending on what the piece is, they might be able to ship it to you. So again, at Black Lion Stores on Instagram, Black Lion, all one word, on Facebook. Okay, now back to the show. We are talking about feeling stuck. What's really going on for you when you're feeling stuck in your life? On the very first episode of this show, I told you that I'm calling it Wake Up to Your Life because I felt like that's what I needed to do. And I see so many other people who need some of that in their lives too. I was living on autopilot for many years, meaning my experience from day to day was kind of the same. Yeah, things were fine-ish, but I had this overwhelming sense that I wasn't living up to my potential. I had this gnawing feeling in my heart. And again, seeing so many other people doing the same thing. Since I've started the show, I get messages every week from people who say that they feel stuck in some way, that they can't seem to make real changes in their lives. And I want to tell you, first off, that you can. You absolutely can. You do have choice in the matter. And if you're not changing, and you think you want to, don't be so hard on yourself. First off, it's not simply a matter of working harder or having more willpower. I don't even think willpower is real. I don't think that it can sustain you through any kind of a change. I'm sure some people disagree with me. I don't think that it works. You're fighting against years of habitual thought patterns that have taken a lifetime to develop, and they're cemented in there. The good news is you can change them. It takes practice and intention to interrupt those thought loops, the negative ones that don't serve you. If you are feeling stuck today, please know that I understand this feeling. Perhaps you are stuck in a job that you just can't stand. You don't like it. Or maybe you have lost your job during this time. You're unemployed and you're thinking, I'm stuck in this rut of not finding work. I'm never going to find anything. Maybe you feel stuck in a relationship. Maybe you feel stuck because of something going on with your health or your body isn't the way you want it to be, something like that. I get it. My dear friend Cammie and I call this the rot. When you've got the rot, we'll text each other. How are you today? I've got the rot. Are you rotting? Oh my gosh, I'm rotting. No, I'm not rotting today. I'm thriving. That's the answer we hope for. I have described it as this feeling of sort of my soul is just rotting. Like I can picture like cloudy, smoky ickiness swirling around my insides. I know this sounds dramatic, but that's how it feels to me when I'm living on autopilot. In my head and in my heart, I dreamed of being a life coach for a long time. I knew that I had a knack for really listening to people, holding space for people, encouraging folks, asking them the right questions to help them get in touch with their inner wisdom, the things they really want, that kind of thing. But I kept talking myself out of it. I kept saying to myself, I should be happy with what I have, which in many ways I was, but I knew that there was something missing. I would tell myself, I don't have time to do this. I'm tired. I'm busy. I'm not motivated. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I don't have options. Really, though, I had to call BS on myself because I wasn't stuck, and neither are you. The thing about excuses, all the list of excuses that come up in our brain when we start to think about something else, is that many times our excuses are valid. And I know that when I tell you you're not stuck, perhaps you think, well, Colleen, you don't understand because I don't have a supportive spouse. He's just not supportive of me. Or this is the only job I can get that's going to have benefits like this. I can't lose weight because I have a slow metabolism. Whatever the thing is that you might be saying, a lot of these excuses are valid. They might very well be true. But I would argue that you do have lots of choices and lots of options. The truth is, a lot of times saying that we are stuck, believing that you're stuck in an area of your life serves you in some way. There is a benefit for you in believing that, or a payoff in some way. When I was in coaching school at the Life Purpose Institute, getting my certification to become a life coach, that was something we talked about a lot, which is asking your clients, what is the payoff for you in having this limiting belief? Because believing you're stuck is just that. It's a limiting belief. And I know on the surface you think there's no payoff. I don't want to think this. I want to think that I can kick some ass and go out and make stuff happen. However, usually there is some kind of payoff for us. So, for example, the benefit for me in saying that I'm stuck and I can't become a life coach, or saying, I don't really know what to do and I'm really confused and I'm not really sure if this is the thing. What that did, the benefit for me in being stuck in that, was that it kept me from having to face the fear and insecurity that came up for me every time I started to dream about it. Because I can assure you that there has been a lot of insecurity and imposter syndrome for me as I venture out and did this. I thought things like, what if I'm not good at coaching? What if I can't get clients? What if no one likes me? What if people think my podcast is terrible? Oh my gosh, people are never going to choose me because they think I don't have my life all together. And those were just thoughts that I was having and beliefs that I was making up that didn't serve me in any way. So if you're feeling stuck, let's peel back the layers. Okay, because I think that there's a good chance, I suspect there's a very high chance that really what you're experiencing is fear. You're not actually stuck. You're afraid of something. There's fear. Maybe you're afraid to apply for a new job because you're thinking, what if they reject me? You're afraid to post on social media to advertise your business or the thing that you're making and that you're trying to get people's attention for, or a movement you're trying to start. You're afraid to post on social because you think, what if people judge me? Maybe you're scared to have an honest conversation with your partner because it'll be uncomfortable. The problem is if we order our lives around not experiencing fear or discomfort, we'll never grow. And we need growth. That gnawing feeling you get when you're not living up to your potential and you feel stuck, it's happening in your body for a reason, because you need to grow, you need to expand. So instead of ordering our lives around not experiencing this fear, can you instead turn toward the fear and face it? Actually move toward it. It's the resistance to the fear that causes so much tension in our lives. When we resist it and try to push it away, it creates more of it. Can you instead look at the fear and you can call it out by name? Okay, fear, I see you. Thank you, fear, for trying to protect me and for trying to keep me safe. But I'm going to go out and do this anyway. We cannot wait for fear to go away because we might be waiting for a really, really, really long time. That's how the weeks turn into months, which turn into years. And next thing you know, you're living on autopilot and you're feeling stuck. So it's feeling the fear and taking action anyway. It's not waiting for the fear to go away. It's feeling it and doing it anyway. So, for example, I know a guy who he hates his job. He cannot stand it. He just does not like it. I'd say he's got a case of the rot. He's rotting. He would like to make more money. He would like to have more influence within a company or organization. And when I've asked him, okay, so what gets in the way of you looking for that kind of an opportunity? You're talented, you're smart. There have to be lots of jobs for people with your skills. He instantly goes to, no. I need this job because it's flexible and it allows me X, Y, and Z. And then I'll ask, okay, but what thoughts do you have about the possibility that there might be other jobs that also have flexibility, that also give you the creative control you want and the influence you want and a better paycheck? Well, no, that doesn't exist. Well, how do you know? Have you even looked into that? You know what I'm talking about? And I'm using the job example because it's the first thing that came to mind, but this can apply to any area of your life. We can get very narrow-minded thinking, and we say that we're stuck, but really it's fear that's driving it. It's not that we're stuck. There's a fear if we pull back the layers. We often make decisions before we ever get any information. We think that job won't pay enough. There are no good single people in my town. I hear that from single people who are looking to find somebody, looking to fall in love. There are no good single people in my town. And I think, is that even true? Is that even true? Probably not. You don't know every single person in your town. So saying, I don't know, saying I'm so confused, those are other ways that we keep ourselves stuck. I used to say that all the time. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know if I can do this. I'm not really sure. Catch yourself there and dig deeper. Try not letting yourself off the hook so easily and stop being drama mama about all that. Don't get all caught up in the drama and the story you're saying with, I don't know, and I'm so confused. Do you really not know what you'd like to do next, or are you just scared of what to do next? When we're feeling stuck, it's a good sign we need to take some kind of action. And we get caught up in the drama of, I don't know, and I don't have any choices. No, remember, we've got lots of choices and lots of options. Break down the fears and ask yourself exactly what it is that you're afraid of. And remember this, that your thoughts are causing the feelings of fear. It's your thoughts causing you to feel fear. And there's a good chance that what you're thinking isn't even true. When we feel stuck, and again, feeling stuck, it's your relationship isn't going the way that you want it to. These are the two big things I hear about when people say they're stuck. They're stuck in their relationship, or they're stuck professionally in some way, whether they want a new job or they want to create something. It may not even be vocation, but they want to create something, go out and take a chance on something, and then they get scared and don't do it. When we're feeling stuck, our brains keep on thinking those very sort of low vibe thoughts, and we scan the world looking for confirmation of just how stuck we are, which creates more of that feeling. So is it the fear of failure, of making a fool of yourself, or just the fear of failure? Is it the fear that you won't make the right decision? Is it the lack of belief that you have the goods, and that you can do what it takes? That's what makes us feel stuck. So acknowledge the fear, feel it, take action anyway. Stop waiting until you feel like it, because you might not ever feel like it. Remember, ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? Then break that down. And by the way, those things that you're afraid of, they might happen. They might, but they might not. And what if they don't? The other alternative is that you live on autopilot, and that blows. It blows when you know you are made to experience more or do more or contribute more. When you know you have something to say and you're not saying it, that's a form of suffering too, I think. That's worse. I'd rather take a shot. I'd rather go for it and fall flat on my face than not try at all. Do one small thing that grows you in some way. It might be just reading a book or talking to someone who has a life that you admire or respect or is doing some of the stuff that you would like to be doing. people are really willing to help. And in this day and age of social media, you can send anyone a DM and ask. Spend 10 minutes researching jobs in fields that you're interested in. Try taking a class about something. It will expand your mind and your heart when you start being open to these conversations and experiences, and it'll show you, I do have options. Remember, am I really stuck or am I just scared to try? And again, your brain is going to come up with the reasons why you're stuck. And when it does, call yourself out on them. You can ask yourself this question: might I be wrong about this? It's a good question to ask. And again, instead of resisting the fear, move toward it, feel the fear, do it anyway. Stop waiting to be motivated or to feel like it. I promise that when you start to do things that make you feel alive and enthusiastic, when you get some momentum, again, it opens your mind to possibilities and gets you out of that stuck feeling. And this doesn't have to be some big grandiose gesture. I'm not suggesting you go quit your good paying job today to open up a sandwich shop on the beach, unless you really want to do that. I'm not saying that, but it allows you to start to think about what options you have. And it does bring about some momentum, and then you don't feel so blah. It doesn't have to be hours and hours and hours a day. Just do one thing. Sometimes we make these things so much bigger in our minds than what they really are. Having a conversation with somebody, a few minutes worth of research, listen to a podcast, something to help you get unstuck. You are worth it. Your dreams are worth it. You're called to have something more. That gnawing feeling in your heart when you know there's more for you to do, you have to pay attention to it. And so quickly we talk ourselves out of it. We think it's just chatter. We think, no, it's not really it. We're talking ourselves out of it. A lot of times it's only because we're so afraid. I promise you, you will not regret it. I'm doing that every step of the way with you. As I branched out and got this life coaching certification, I got certified and I didn't tell anybody for quite a while. I didn't say anything about it. I went ahead and put in the time, the money, the work, the hours. I had practice clients. I did all this stuff. And then radio silence because I was scared. I kept telling myself I was stuck, but I wasn't stuck. I was scared. And now I feel very unstuck. And let me tell you, it's not necessarily that the fear goes away. I think I mentioned this earlier. It's not that it goes away. You just do it even when it feels uncomfortable. You just move forward even when it's uncomfortable. And I know you can do this. If you'd like some help with this, send me an email, Colleen@wakeuptoyourlife.net. And make sure you follow me on Instagram at Colleen_Odegaard. I'm there to provide you with some motivation, some inspiration, and to be your biggest cheerleader as you move forward and do this work and create a life that reflects who you are on the inside. Okay? Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for listening to the Wake Up to Your Life podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, take a moment to subscribe for free on your favorite podcast platform. And while you're there, would you do me a favor and give this show a rating and leave a review? Doing so helps other people to find this show. You can follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram at Colleen_Odegaard. That's at Colleen_ODEGAARD. And if you're interested in learning more about my coaching programs, check out my website, wakeuptoyourlife.net. That's it for now. Talk to you soon.